Hey guys, welcome back to
the Ennui Talk podcast.
The Ennui Talk podcast. No, that's
you.
It's called delayed gratification. Delayed satisfaction. Delayed gratification. I was getting a satisfaction and gratification mixed up. Welcome back. I'm your host Matthew Winter. Your Kaz Ghost.
What's up?
That's it. That's the podcast. I can hear something moving around my desk, and it feels like someone's like rubbing the legs. Like, you know when people like rub metal and it makes like a weird sound? Yeah, that's what I feel like is going on. But I don't know where it's coming from.
Was it me? I don't know.
It's outside. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is whatsoever. But regardless, the show must go on. What's been going on? It's been a while since you've been on the main pod. Not sure why you haven't been on a main pod in a while. I don't think it's a decision that's made by me, the CEO, the executive producer.
It's not like I've been asking about it or anything like, am I not main podcast material? Is that it?
No, you're not.
Oh, okay. Well,
but do you want to know the real reason? You want to know like partially the real reason?
Why?
I'm going to call him out on the podcast. Let's see if he listens. Samuel Davis. Sam Davis, we were going to record, and yes, I will admit there was one time where I said, yep, let's record, and then we had to delay it. And then we were going to record on the weekend, and then he's like, no, I'm going to Queensland with some mates. Queensland with some mates? Queensland with some mates. Look, if you put Queensland with some mates against the Ennui Talk podcast, I know which one I would choose.
Us.
Yes.
You could have stopped by.
Yeah, he could have. He could have like
unless he
come
took a
through.
plane. Probably did.
Yeah, unless he took a plane. That's it. That's right. Mudgee is where we are. Was where I am. Sorry, I should say. He's down in little old, I don't know, buttfuck Victoria, and he's going up to Queensland. Could have stopped in between.
Yeah, it's on the way.
What a prick.
Kind of.
Yeah. You know what? I'm actually thinking about, and I'm just going to say it live on the podcast. You might kick him off. He might not be a host anymore. I'm going to bring that up with him next time he's on the podcast, just so everyone knows. Thinking of kicking him out. Live. Why are you laughing, Casper? It's not a fucking joke, cunt.
Just imagine he just arrives in Queensland, he checks his phone, new Ennui podcast, and he clicks on it and he starts watching it. All of a sudden, yeah, we're going to kick him off, kick Sam off. It's like, oh shit. Now my Queensland trip is ruined.
We don't have business meetings here in the Ennui HQ. We just do podcasts, and I make decisions on here, and it's like let everybody know. It's called transparent business. I don't know
if the members don't watch the podcast, then they don't know what's happening.
Exactly right. It's just,
and if they're not watching the podcast, maybe they shouldn't even be part of Ennui. There you go.
You know what? There we go. That's exactly what I want to hear. I'm actually just like watching myself and getting myself like lined up in the camera, making sure the mic is even. So I always think about the visual consumer. If you're just an audio listener, it's kind of lame. Who listens to audio podcasts just by themselves? Like, what do you do? Mow the lawn and listen to a podcast? Do the dishes and listen to a podcast? See, I'm somebody who puts one on the side on my second monitor.
Go for a drive.
I listen to them sometimes on drives. Like when I'm driving between here and the hometown of Scone, I put a podcast on. Depends on the day.
I don't know if I could drive while listening to a podcast. I can drive while listening to music, but I don't think I'd be able to listen to an entire conversation with two people.
Do you think it's a concentration thing?
Yeah, probably. I can drive while listening to music, but the second someone tries to tell me something, or the second, there are people in the back having a conversation, and they try to include me in it. I'm like, I don't fucking know what you're saying. I'm going 100 k's an hour. I'm just trying to make sure we all don't die.
You're a pussy when you drive. That's it. You're like, oh, you're hanging on the steering wheel, and you're like, I need to make sure that I don't crash this vehicle.
10 and 2, never take my hands off the wheel. 10 and 2. Always check the rear vision mirror every 7 seconds. Make sure.
I make calls. I'll listen to podcasts. Might even record a podcast. I might do a car cast. Ennui car cast. Hey guys, welcome back to the Ennui Talk car cast.
Not a bad idea.
Just me driving along, listening to my
just put a
my
GoPro.
crazy thoughts.
Just put a GoPro on the camera. Do like Seinfeld? Doesn't Seinfeld do that?
Jerry Seinfeld does comedians.
Yeah, comedians
getting coffee
or something.
In cars with coffee. Yeah. I think they get coffee in the cars.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Something like that.
And that terrible comedian does karaoke in cars or something with celebrities.
James Corden, the best comedian of all time.
Ugh, terrible.
He's very funny. He's very, very funny. You know what? I'm actually want to call you out about something about comedy. I sent you a video yesterday, and it was talking about studio comedies, which I guess is a comedy that, like, you know, made by a big you know, film company, and a lot of them are just like there's a story, but it's mostly just jokes, and like the joke ratio is quite high. Do you know what I mean? It's just getting jokes out, like, you know, Harold and Kumar is like that to an extent. And then in the video, the movie that they're getting discussed, you're like, this looks fucking shit. I'm like, you haven't watched it.
I don't need to watch a movie to know something shit.
I think that
it's made by the same people.
Deceiving.
It's made by the same people who made Bridesmaids.
But that's the point. If you watch the video, you stupid fuck, they talk about, like, it's a completely different type of movie. Bridesmaids is more like people standing in a room doing improv. While this movie, I can't remember the name of the movie. Should I probably bring it up? I probably should,
go to Vista Del Mar.
Which is about two middle-aged ladies, and they're just doing stuff. I don't know. That doesn't really matter. What matters is the comedy that comes out of it and the
something about
the bits
villain
and the jokes. Like, that's the type of movie I would make. Just, you know, here's Matt and Ben go on a little road trip, and then like all the funny things that happen on the way. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's the type of movie. You want to make a
road trip movie?
Not necessarily, but like I think that takes, you know, that's a type of movie that I'd like to make. It's just heavy jokes. Do you know what I mean? It's heavy bits. I guess you could say like a lot of like not modern vloggers, but I guess like the type of people like
what the fuck
we might watch who are like funny. What do you hear?
Oh, don't worry.
You right?
Yeah, storm.
Yeah, don't worry.
No, it's just thunder.
You're ruining the podcast. Is that you heard? Do you want to get picked off?
I didn't know if that was your side or my side.
No. My place is perfect. We're actually in a soundproof studio, the Ennui HQ, new Ennui HQ. It's all soundproofed. Can't actually, like, you could kill somebody in here and nobody would know.
How many have you killed in that room?
Six and a half.
Where's the half come from?
It's like it's a 2.5 men sort of joke. You wouldn't understand.
Like Peter Dinklage's stunt double or something, or
yes, exactly. Or Peter Dinklage himself.
I don't know. You were talking about Peter Dinklage on the podcast. So.
I did actually. The one with the Beef Boys. Great little episode. If you guys want more guests, let us know. I think me and Sam have discussed like some ideal guests that I'd like to have. Like, you know, I'd like to get Gary V on and Cody Ko and insert person who would give me clout here. Hasbulla. Still waiting for Hasbulla to come on the podcast, but I've heard nothing yet. But we'll get some more good guests. If you had to choose one guest, if there was somebody who you're like, you know what, that's who I would like my best friend Matt to talk to on the podcast, who would it be?
I don't know. Well, it's got to be Joe Rogan. You got to have Joe Rogan.
He's like that, you know.
That's like the dream thing. Like, imagine. Or you get like what's something meme like Alex Jones. Get Alex Jones. That'd be fucking hilarious.
I think it'd be pretty good. You know, when great podcast minds combine, who knows what will come out of it? Hopefully a viral moment. Maybe I'll smoke weed with Elon Musk on the podcast as well. I'll chuck a Rogan, chuck a JRE. There was actually a point last night. I was scrolling through Twitter and you couldn't actually listen to any of the Joe Rogan episodes. Like, some of them were like, oh, sorry, this episode is unable to play. And okay, if you see that, what do you think Twitter's reaction would be automatically?
Like, oh my God, they're cancelling Joe Rogan.
Ding, 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 ding. Right on the buzzer. People are like, oh no, they're cancelling Joe Rogan.
Didn't he remove them himself though?
No, none of them. Oh, there was a handful that were like, oh yeah, maybe not.
That Joe Rogan himself removed, I thought.
Maybe?
Because I don't think so, though. I thought that's what Spotify's like response was to the whole thing was that they didn't take any of the videos down, but it was his company or whatever took them down.
Interesting. I don't know. I'd have to look more into it. Me and Chris actually talked about it on We Talk Extra. That would be out by now for those who would like to listen. Omni.plus. Got to get the plug in there somewhere. I did have actually something interesting that I actually want to discuss with you. And I'll find you the link. Have you seen that? So Kanye West is going to come out with his new album.
What is it?
Have you seen this?
Donda 2 or whatever.
Yes. Wait, how do you pronounce it? Say it again.
Donda or Donda.
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 I guess she says it like that though, doesn't she, in the video? She says Donda.
Yeah, she's like Donda.
Yeah, that's right. So you know what? I will give you a pass there, Casper.
$200 STEM player. I thought it said Steam player for a second. A STEM player will be the only way
title, that's your role.
to get his next album. That's like both brilliant and fucking annoying.
Now, there's many, many things that I've read about this. Some people are saying, oh, but I want to listen to it on Spotify. And there's people like, oh, I want to listen to it on Apple Music. And there's people like,
dude, I just want to play the CD. Chances are it'd be out. Like, chances are somebody will, find a way to rip it and post it online in like 1 day.
It'll be ripped and put on YouTube. Yeah. And it will. And I don't think that's what he's worried about, like, whatsoever. I think some of the biggest artists don't really care about that. But if, like, you've got to think about, like, the first step. The one thing that I read, so that the STEM player basically is this little round thing, a little bit of tech, and you can play music on there. And you can actually see in the photo right here, it's like lights. It's like 4 sets of lights coming from the middle, coming out from the center. They actually represent like drums, beats, like this is like drums, like the rhythm part of the song. There's another part of the song, like maybe like the lead. Music. Yeah. And then there's the vocals, and you can actually like, alter the volume on all of them. So you could just have his vocals playing realistically and like the beat, or his vocal and like the rhythm.
Okay, that's pretty.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's interesting.
If that is what it is, then.
It is. I've seen several videos. The one thing with them, if you buy, they're about $200 USD. But if you buy it, you get the album for free. It's not bought on top of it. That's one thing. It's being sold. Like, I believe Kanye has like a sort of like ownership, like a stock. He has stock in that company, the company that's making it. I think it's called like the STEM Group or some shit like that. But the one thing that he's he's announced on his Instagram that Donda 2 will be available on my own platform, the STEM player, not on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, or YouTube. And one thing, it's controlling like
the market, like the money of it, really.
That's it. Spotify and all these other players don't get like a cut.
Because I'm reading it right now, his Instagram post. It's mostly about how Spotify, like Amazon and all that, only pay artists a certain percentage. So he wants the whole percentage. Which, to be fair, why not?
Well, that's what it is. It's all about exclusivity.
Why make 12% of the money when you can make all of the percent of the money?
See, did you know that not his last album, not Donda, but the album before that, The Life of Pablo, was exclusively on Tidal, which was the music platform that, I don't know, was it some big artists were involved with in its launch, like Beyonce and all that, and it launched exclusively on there. He tweeted that it'll never, ever be on Apple, and it'll never be for sale. And then, like on April 1st, so like 2 months later, it was available on Spotify, Apple Music, and Google Play.
But that album was available everywhere, though. Like now.
Yeah, like that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Anywhere. It got, and I'm sure that like 6 months down the line, he'll probably put this album on streaming platforms. But it's like, okay, in the beginning,
it's like one of those 6 months exclusivity sort of thing.
Yeah, but I don't even think it's about that. I think it's about like giving power to the artist.
Games have been doing that recently, and it's kind of fucking annoying, actually.
But I think it's like it's power to the artist. I think in a lot of cases, and like obviously, if they can make a career off, if they can make like revenue off, exclusivity, like even people on Twitch and YouTube, like only streaming on those platforms, fucking more power to them. I think, maybe I'm in the minority there, but I don't know. I think it is what it is. And I think that, you know, if people just, I think I'm happier if creators are making money. Obviously, like, I think this is quite unique. You know, okay, can you name any other artists who would be like, hey, I'm going to release my music on a stem player, and people would actually go, oh, this is a cool idea? Because I can't think of very many other people who could. If Taylor Swift did it, oh, that's fucking lame. That's not some money grab. But you can see that Kanye West is a different type of beast. If that makes sense. Yeah,
it's hard to know really with if any other artist did it.
See, that's I was just looking at it now.
Successful. Yeah.
Just looking at that article now, like it even says, you know, you can add loops and effects to the stem player. It has 8 gigs of storage, connections via USB-C, Bluetooth, 3.5mm head jack.
That's kind of shit.
I know, but it's like
8 gigabytes.
Oh, that's tiny. It's
like,
tiny, but it's also nothing. Like. But that was also in the testing as well. Like that was the testing from Verge. I think that like this is just like I wouldn't even call this the beta. This is like the alpha. Yeah. Like it's so, I don't know. Would you call it the alpha? I probably wouldn't. Like I don't think this is the final version of what the stem player is going to be. Like I can see 10 years down the line, many artists like getting involved in this. And obviously, like, you know, so if you want to look at the business model of it, it'd be, hey, we will sell the stem player. We will make a majority of the money off that, but you get to keep all the money that people pay for your albums.
I don't know. It does seem a bit gimmicky, though.
I think so as well.
Like, can you really just beat people being able to have all the songs they want on their phone?
No, I think that's like that's the thing. I don't think it's a direct competitor. I don't think it ever will be. Like Spotify will always have this market.
Yeah.
But then again, we also thought that you know, Pandora would stay around, and maybe like Apple Music, and like, you know, okay, what were we all doing 10 years ago? Downloading music onto our iPhones, and we would either have to download it illegally, or we would have to buy it exclusively off the iTunes store, which, you know, Apple within itself, it's exclusivity. You can't just like play that on any other device.
Yeah, but we're still doing that, really.
Are we? I'm using Spotify. I'm streaming on there. I collect all my music in the one place. I think that's the other thing though. People prefer to do it in the one place. But, you know, is Kanye enough of an artist, enough of a star to get people to transition?
I don't use Spotify. Ben doesn't use Spotify.
No, he uses Apple Music. But you were also born to like your mum and dad or brother and sister, right? Or cousins, is that right? That's why you
buy CDs.
That's the sole reason.
Like a man, I buy CDs.
That's it. That's the pure. That's the only reason why you don't use streaming services, because your mother fucked her cousin. Was it a good bit? I thought it was an alright bit. Like, if you're going to rate it 10, like, you know, sidebar real quick, I'd rate that like a solid like 6 out of 10.
3.
3? I can tell why you're not the fucking co-host on the podcast. No, but that's good shit. No, I just thought it was interesting. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it's going to take off. Let's check back in 6 months.
See
7 months. See how it goes.
Did you hear about that YouTuber that crashed his plane for views?
Vaguely, yes, but not the whole story.
I just found out about it like randomly. YouTube just randomly recommended it to me. But yeah, this like random YouTuber, you know, got in his plane, started flying, and then he's like, "Oh no, it's malfunctioning. Oh no!" And then he jumps out. And he parachutes out, basically, and he crashes the plane. And basically, people have worked out, like, yeah, this guy did it for views. And now they're investigating him. Because you can't just crash a plane and expect nothing to happen. So, yeah.
That's lame. Why would you do that? There are many other cooler things and cheaper things you could do for views. And non-illegal things. Like you could even like snort a bunch of crack and put it on YouTube, and you'd be in less trouble
They crash in a fucking airplane. Yeah, he did
dumb.
crash it in the middle of like nowhere, but like still like that's highly illegal, I believe, to like purposely crash an airplane. And so the FAA or whatever they're called, they're investigating. Federal Aviation Administration.
Interesting.
And talking about how he could get life in prison or something. Not life probably, but a good, 10 plus years.
What a loser.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? There is so much cool things. Like, what else did he upload?
It's like, holy shit, this guy's plane malfunctioned and he had to jump out.
Okay. How many views did the video get?
I actually have no idea. I think he had to take it down.
Your kid, you took it down?
Yeah, it jumped out of plane.
He took it down.
Yeah.
Just confirm to me right now if you can find it.
Oh,
if it is really taken down.
Yep.
You found it? Okay,
found
so
it. It's 1.5 million. Yeah, 1.58 million views.
1.58 million views for crashing a plane.
So about what, $3,000 or $4,000?
One, he probably wouldn't make his money back on that. God no. Two, 1.85 is like fucking nothing now on YouTube.
Yeah,
like that's nothing.
It's probably less than $3,000 now.
You know what? Okay, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna look something up. Have you seen the video? Ennui, famous YouTuber, was a bit of a like predator. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So
what was he done? What's he done this time?
Oh no, nothing right now. But like you just think back. So what year was it? I can't even think of the year. Long time ago. He uploaded a video called the Banana Song. Banana.
Yeah.
Which is him dressed in a banana suit, singing "I'm a banana, I'm a banana, I'm a banana." Banana power. 89.964 thousand views. Sorry, million views, I should say.
Yeah.
So this man hit 89 million views for this video. Obviously, this video has been out for a while. It's going to gain views over time, etc., etc. However, compare that, the low effort of that, to organizing a plane, getting the plane, and learning how to like crash it safely. Let's just emphasize that. I just want to emphasize that for a second. That's a fucking hard thing to do. And
basically,
what did he get in return?
Basically, he just
Nothing.
like slowed it down, and then turned it off, and then jumped out.
Do you think that, okay, let's not think about views. Let's not think about money. Do you think he is going to become a one-hit wonder or a one-crash wonder? Because I feel like he is.
Judging by the likes to dislikes, he's fucked.
See, was it really worth it?
Yeah, 7.
Do you know what I mean?
Shit. Anyway.
Are you okay?
Yes, Donda. 17,000 likes to 84,000 dislikes.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's dumb. Look, like
and that was his last video, which was a month ago. So basically, he released that thing, and it'd be great, it'd be cool, it'd be everybody would get me views and all that. And then after the controversy, he just like stopped. He was like, "Oh shit."
Can you tell me what the title of the video is?
It's called "I Crashed My Plane" by Trevor Jacob. Who was
I guess it's an all right sort of, it's an all right sort of title.
He was
What's the thumbnail look like?
Him jumping out of the plane.
See, that's his problem. Why would you waste time if you just had a good title, good thumbnail, you could have just faked it and got the same result, the same amount of views.
Oh no, you'd still get dislikes if you didn't jump out of your plane.
Yeah, I know.
Apparently he was a snowboarder. Apparently. Like originally, he was like an Olympic snowboarder.
Sticky day job,
snowboarder. Yeah.
Not everybody is meant to be a YouTuber. God no, especially not him. Jesus fucking Christ.
Extreme sports athlete. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I cannot believe
that. So yeah, he's fucked.
Moron, absolute moron. I don't even want to talk about him anymore. Wasting time on my podcast is. I do have a cool question. Did you watch the Super Bowl?
No, but I think I did see the Rock clip.
I didn't see the Rock clip. What happened in the Rock clip?
Nothing. It's just the Rock at the Super Bowl, like doing an announcement or doing some sort of pep talk.
Do you want to hear a very funny story? And it's my weekly wrestling reference. Are you ready for it?
No.
Are you ready for it?
Isn't this more like a daily reference? It's a daily.
Look, it's not. I've never mentioned it. Never mentioned wrestling on the podcast or in real life or anything.
You mention it every single fucking podcast.
Never. So here's the thing. So Survivor Series happens every October, November for the WWE. Usually it's there's always like 5-on-5 elimination tag team matches, regardless. 25 years ago from the last Survivor Series was The Rock's debut. Awesome. Great. So then last year they had, the 25th anniversary of The Rock's debut. During the whole episode, there was like all these like videos of The Rock, of like through his career, Survivor Series, all that sort of stuff. And what ended up happening was like the CEO, Vince McMahon, who's like was a character on TV for years as Mr. McMahon. He came in, came to the show out of his limo, and then he shows everybody out backstage this egg, this big gold egg. And you might be thinking as a non-wrestling fan, what the fuck's going on? So The Rock was actually in a Netflix movie, and like this gold egg was like the basis of the movie. So it was basically just paid promotion by Netflix to promote The Rock's movie for this thing.
Red Notice.
Yes, that's correct. Red Notice. And then even on like the next night on Raw, it affected storylines. Like there was this guy, Austin Theory, and like he became Mr. McMahon's like favorite person on the roster because he found the golden egg or some shit. The Rock didn't come to the show. The Rock did not appear on Survivor Series in person or even like via satellite or even recorded message. And then you see him at the Super Bowl and he's just giving a pep talk. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, it's kind of embarrassing for the WWE. They pretty much did this whole like, we love you, Rock. Yeah. And The Rock just didn't show up.
Yeah, I remember there was a lot of controversy with the Super Bowl because like there was some sort of weird, like of course, like, oh, you must wear your mask and all that sort of stuff, but like none of the celebrities were wearing them. So it was like one of those things where it's like only the peasants have to wear masks. Us, the celebrities,
that's dumb.
Don't have to. And so it was
I don't understand that though. You're celebrities. Did you know that I don't think we have to wear masks come this week or next week?
I think it's Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, I'm
pretty
sure.
They took out, no. Is it, I don't know like what days which, but they're taking away QR codes.
They did that last week, I think, as well.
Yeah, I think they did that.
Work anymore.
I think they did that a couple of days ago. And now they're doing, masks on either Friday or Saturday.
So it'd be interesting. Will you still wear a mask?
They're doing it the day they're like starting up literally as there's like thousands of international people all come in like just as they open up the international borders.
I don't know.
And it's like, didn't you want to wait just 1 week, like an extra 1 or 2 weeks just to see what's going to happen with letting all these uni students? Which that's why international, that's why it's opened up now. Because uni just started.
Oh, uni started back, yeah.
Yeah, like uni literally just started, today and this week.
I don't know how it's going to go. I don't really. So I'm just going to make sure I'm safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't know. It's not like, it doesn't really feel like they opened up the borders because, it's safer now or now that it's time. It's felt like, we need money because, because uni has started. We need all international people all to come here to start studying and giving us money and all that shit.
Financial gain.
Yeah.
Why else does the government do anything?
Yeah.
Financial gain.
And it's like, come on. Although to be fair, COVID has gone down quite considerably.
Oh, it has.
Like it's still not great.
Have a few people affected by it at work,
Like it's still 5,000-6,000 people a day, but
could be worse.
Last month it was like 50,000 a day, so it's a little bit better.
It's gone down significantly, and I think that I'm just going to live life to the fullest. That's the thing. I really wish the Super Bowl was like next week because I would have held like a 300 person like Super Bowl party. I don't think like that's the thing. Do you know who the Bengals are? What city is the Bengals at?
I don't fucking know.
The Bengals. The Bengals, as in the football team, you fucking retard.
I thought you meant the band.
No, not the band. The Bengals. What city is the Bengals from?
Yeah, the Bengals is a band.
It's also an NFL team. What city are they from? Come on.
Fucking know.
No, I can hear your keyboard typing. You're supposed to look it up. Have a guess.
Nothing came up. I don't fucking know.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay.
What's the Los Angeles team that they played against? What's the name of the team? Come on.
Who the fuck gives a shit about American football?
Exactly. If we had a Super Bowl party, it would just be on in the background, and it's an excuse to get some hot ladies round and some, have some not underage drinking. Why did I say that?
What the fuck? Why did you say what?
I don't know. This is my image in my head.
The one single word you probably should not have said.
I keep thinking
the Beef Boys are going to clip that shit and keep it.
They're not. They
forever.
will not. Listen, this is my thinking. Super Bowl party. People having a Super Bowl party are usually younger people. When I think of that, I think of movies like American Pie and I don't know, insert 90s teen comedy here. That's what I think of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then for some reason I'm thinking, oh yeah, underage drinking. Woo, Super Bowl. I'm even wearing a Stanford shirt. Do you know why I'm wearing a Stanford shirt?
Because you went to a school in Curry. That was a very specific reference.
It was. Okay, what's the football team in Curry? Tell me.
I don't fucking know. I know there's a school called Stanford Merthyr in Curry.
Oh, is there actually? I was just we're making very niche New South Wales country Upper Hunter
Stanford Merthyr is a section of Curry. That's a primary school.
That's like Joe Rogan talking about, I don't know, like the insides of, I don't know. There's going to be a joke in there. I don't know. Where is he from? New York City? Oh, this Brooklyn underground station bar. I don't know. Called I don't know, where they have Fight Club. I don't know. That sounds like a Joe Rogan thing to do. Studies on Fight Club underground. Whoever wins gets to replace Jamie on the podcast. It's a very niche reference as well.
Who's sang? When I talk, who's sang at the halftime? Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem,
all
Mary
these
J.
black rappers, and then Eminem on the end.
Well, you got to include if they're rappers, you have to include Eminem.
Why?
Because
he's washed up. He's washed up. He's not even funny.
Dude, the last time I cared about a Super Bowl halftime was what was it? It was Red Hot Chili Peppers and Bruno Mars. That was pretty good.
That's an interesting combination.
I know.
That's like
what year was that? 2014. Holy shit, that was 8 years ago.
That's a long time ago. More than I thought. What I was going to say was Eminem hasn't been relevant in like the longest time. Actually on TikTok the other day, I found so people on TikTok, they do like sort of like raps. I was going to say like they do like these little raps and you can like insert your own verse, but it was one of those videos. It was a video and this girl takes the beat for I'm Slim Shady, like the real Slim Shady.
Yeah.
When the real Slim Shady, please stand up. But then does like a female version. And people keep like duetting it going, yeah, this is fucking ass. Or they duet it and it says stopping the video when it turns trash, and then like they stop as soon as she starts rapping. And it's very funny. But her other videos, she plays guitar. She has a beautiful voice. It's just like, if you're just like a middle-aged white woman trying to rap like Eminem, expect the hate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm being mean. Maybe I'm being picky. But women shouldn't. White women shouldn't.
Next
Don't
topic.
rap Eminem.
Yeah.
Don't rap over Eminem. Regardless of sex, gender, sexuality, don't rap to... Actually, you know what I might do? You know what I'm going to do? Just to piss people off? I'm going to do a mixtape and I just rap over Eminem beats. Thoughts?
And you're just going to like release it just free on YouTube. Here you go.
Yeah,
here's an entire
mixtape.
Just pick an Eminem album and just do your own verses over the entire thing.
I would do the greatest hits. I'll do the curtain call of greatest hits. What's one of your songs?
Cinderella.
Remember Stan?
Cinderella.
I like Stan. Remember Stan?
Yes, I think so.
And it's got the Dido verse in it. Or Elton John did the live version. Did you ever see that?
I think so.
The tears are falling on and why I let it bet it all.
Yeah.
On my window, and I can see it all. Your name is it'll all be taken. My picture from my wall. It reminds me that it's not so bad. It's not so bad, dear Slim. I ain't calling. I'm just rapping, and I'll be balling.
You go way
knock
too
you on the
long
ground,
with these bits.
and then you'll start crawling. I'll get my pit bull in here. He'll start mauling.
I don't think that rhymes.
Mauling, crawling. That rhymed.
Okay.
Look at me. I've got a basketball. I'm balling. Oh, look at the guy falling off that building. He's free falling. Gonna get my pit bull in here. He's starting mauling.
You already said that.
Gonna take my niece out to shopping. We mauling. Like a mall? Like gonna go to a mall. It's American, but
I think
regardless.
This bit is going
on. Watching my favorite movie on Netflix. She's so tall and reference to Tall Girl. My favorite Netflix movie.
Oh God. Have you seen the second one yet?
No, I'm not going to, mate.
Off. No.
You
can't convince me.
No, fuck no. No way in the world. You know what? I think we actually might end that episode on some Tall Girl references.
37 minutes.
Any Netflix recommendations? You want to.
The Queen's Gambit.
I recommend... what am I going to recommend? What came out on Netflix recently, the other day?
Haven't seen that yet.
Kanye. Genius. There's a guy who documented his whole life. Watch it. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Genius. Just type in Kanye documentary Netflix.
Yeah.
You'll find it. Follow the podcast on podcast platforms. YouTube, Ennui Radio, pretty cool. And then we've got some videos coming out on the main channel, youtube.com/Ennui videos. Like and subscribe. If you want some bonus podcasts, there's one every week.
Then there's clips of bonus content him before he fucked up his jaw. It's weird.
He fucked up his jaw?
Yeah, that's why.
I knew that because I've seen it.
I was about to say, I was just noticed that there's quite clips of him before he actually got his jaw fucked up. It's really weird.
Interesting. Just for people who don't know and people watching the video version, just for a sneak peek, I have a laptop in front of me, but I'm not using it anymore. I've just got my keyboard and my mouse connected to my computer, and I'm watching myself, and I can just do it on the one thing. Casper didn't give a shit when I pointed it out. I said, "This is cool," and he's like, "Yeah, let's start recording. I got places to be." And then I thought that was very rude of him, to be honest. But you win some and you lose some. Any final words, co-host Casper?
The new Scream movie was shit.
Oh yeah, we probably should review that. Actually, we'll review that.
Oh God,
we will.
It's terrible.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Remember how on the old episodes we used to go, "Goodbye, goodbye, good friends, goodbye." And now it's time to go. My name is Matt, and I have a podcast, and I'll see you very soon, I know. Very soon, I know. Goodbye, goodbye, good friends, goodbye. And tomorrow is not today. Here's the finale bit. The moon, the bear, and the big blue house. We've been waiting for you to come and play. Come and play. Come and play. Goodbye now. Do you know the bear in the big blue house actually turned out to be a child predator, the creator? Pretty good story. Thanks for listening. He did. He absolutely did. Thanks for listening to the Ennui Talk podcast. That's your final fact. And scene.
It's not even true.